Welcome to another part of Fatal Frame 3. This time we're doing another hour of the game. And by the way, I forgot to turn off the FPS counter, so it's showing up there. At least you can actually see that even though it's inaccurate and it being 60 FPS, actually 30, it is stable. You know, it's not lagging badly. You know, which is surprising considering this is a PCSX simulation, you know. Usually that shit has a lot of problems, as we've seen with Fatal Frame 1, but that was years ago. I'm guessing it has improved since then. There are some weird things going on PCSX 2 anyway, like how the actual latest version is still not even out yet and it's only in dev builds, and it's been years, and it can apparently perfect some games already. This is like an earlier version that's still the stable version somehow. I don't know what's going on with PCSX 2. It's really fucking stupid. But at least I can play this game no problem. And, I mean, there are some issues with the audio thing. We'll get to that when we get to that. But for the most part, it's going fine. Also, there should be a secret ghost over here, but guess I can play through, so nothing here. But yeah, I was going around grabbing the medicine and the film, because they always spawn around there, so at this point, we might as well utilize the time to go and grab these in order to fill ourselves back up and prepare ourselves. Because yes, we're going back. We're going back. Okay. So, the thing is, you don't have to actually do what I'm doing here. You don't actually have to go back this way. You could go forward to double-decker doors and move on from there. But there are ghosts to get here, and we're gonna get them right fucking now. Like right here, you can see the red. That guy is over here. Got him. Just barely, too. But yeah, now that we did that, we can now go over to this. There's this door here. We couldn't open this door beforehand. And there's some shit going on in there. However, she is now noticing that, yes, we can peel this over and go inside. And yes, we are doing that right now. Okay, then. That got rid of a seal. We need to get rid of that seal in order to go double-decker doors. And now we can go back. We can now go back and open the double-decker doors, but there's more that we have to do, and it's optional as shit. There's a door here as well, and inside of it are a few things. The first thing that we'll be grabbing is a book. Yes, there's a book inside all the carpentry tools. A map, though. A map for Mark. When the Shrine of the Rift fails to stop destruction, and build the Shrine of Sleep and pray for the priestess to slumber. To keep the rift from opening into the outside world, final command must be driven in where the Shrine of the Rift and the Shrine of Sleep connect. So this is where the Shrine of Sleep comes into play. So now we have the Shrine of the Rift and the Shrine of Sleep, and we also have the switch function. What's the switch function? The switch function lets us use 3 lenses at one time. That's it. And we can switch between them with the L2 and R2 buttons. Everyone has this now. It's not just us. All 3 of our characters now have this function. I don't know how, but now everybody can use 3 lenses. Which I'm going to do right now. So now I can use both if I wanted to by switching between them. I'm not going to. I'm probably not really going to use the points there until maybe the last boss. But there you go. Okay, I'm gonna get my medicine over here like usual. And now, if you don't want to do this, you can go back to the double-decker doors and go forward to where the actual new stuff is. You can do that. It's a very short dream, honestly, because of this. But, if you want to actually get shit, and get all the good shit, and you really want this good shit, trust me, you're gonna go back all the way to the foyer. Back to the start. Why? There is a unique ghost here. There are some unique ghosts around here. And you don't have to fight them. You don't have to bother them. But if you want to get everything, you're gonna have to do this. Like, for instance, you want all the lore, you have to go upstairs and go into the fucking blinds room in order to get a book, which has some lore in it. And then you have to fight a certain enemy that we fought beforehand. And no, it's not gonna be that bitch that spawns those black ghost guys. It's gonna be someone else, who is kind of a joke. Though that bitch will keep spawning here randomly in this fucking room. And I'm getting kind of worried that I have to fight her. And I almost do, because the random encounters are still up in a bigger increase in chance now. But if that does happen, I just bail. You know, I just go back to the door and I leave. See, it's happening right now. So I'm gonna fuck off. I'm going to go back inside this door, you know, back out. And she'll fuck off. See? That's a random encounter. I don't have to fucking deal with that shit. And I'm not going to. Because I'm gonna need my film. Anyway, let's continue on forward, where once we get over to here, we might hear someone singing that Sleep Princess sleep song. And yeah, now we can interact with this, in which there is now a book. A Calico notebook. The pain edged to the princess must have been very deep. The spread of the rift continues. We may not be able to stop it with the Shrine of Sleep. My body isn't halfway exposed to the rift, and mystery surrounds me. It's not clear how many days have been since the unleashing. Well then, that sucks. The only ones left are the young pain maidens. I feel pity in doing so, but I'm willing to trust Hisame to conduct the final impalement. We must not let the rift spread. Now that I recall, there was an echo stone earring in that man's ear. He could have been Kyoka's forbidden child. Perhaps he came back from the village down below. If so, then we would have to be Amane's older brother. How sorrowful. And guess what? Now that we've done that, yeah, we gotta fight this bitch. You already know how this fight goes. We wait until we can actually get the fatal frame shot, and then we shoot the fatal frame shot. All the while, we just keep moving around, dodging her hand shots, and just playing the waiting game, really. And to know when this happens, I figured out kind of how the fatal frame chance even works. The way it works is that if she's doing just a stutter, like a shutter chance, she'll do this bend over thing while she's throwing the hands. For fatal frame, she throws the hands and then she does the little animation. That is your chance to get the shot. So just doing this, it's all shutter chance. It's not going to be that damaging. But if she does this, that's a fatal frame shot. I fucked it. Alright, so this is optional, by the way. We don't have to fight this bitch again. We really don't have to fight her. Or him, or whatever. We don't have to fight this guy. But if you want that lore, you gotta have to fight him. And there's gonna be a lot of fighting. But luckily, Ray here has so much upgrading done to her now. She can do this. She can fight these guys. There's no problem. And we have so much good tape now that we don't have to worry too much about this shit. And of course the wall starts me. Fuck you, wall. But yeah, this fight is long because, I mean, look at this. I have to keep waiting for the chance to do a fatal frame shot. Because not only does it give you a lot more points than normal shutter chance, but it's a lot more damage too. It's a lot better. Whereas the shutter chance is just weaker, essentially. And you can't do a combo with the shutter chance. So you end up just kind of getting weaker shots because of it. A fatal frame shot is just much better in that regard. And there it is. I can't do more though because she went to a fucking wall. That's the most annoying part about this ghost. She loves to move around to walls. Even though it's a very open area, it's not open enough to avoid the fucking wall thing because she goes far into the wall corners. So yeah, Fatal Frame is gonna give me so many comments to this bitch, but when I can, when I fucking can, I can get some good shots. And there you go. So now that she's done for, or he's done for, whatever, we can now leave the room with our book, and we can now go on forward. And also, during all of that, you might have noticed that the FPS has been staying at like a consistent 58, 61 sort of FPS in minimum and maximum, while keeping it at a fairly steady 60. For the most part, this game does work very well on emulators, so if you did actually play this game on emulator and not on actual console, I would not fucking give you hate. Alright, if it plays like I am right now, if it plays this good, and for the most part, you're fine. There's no problems if you play on emulator for this game here, if this is what you're getting. I'm going to save here, and I'm going to save state, because we only get one shot at this, and I didn't want to fuck this up. But when I save state, like here comes save state right about here. Yeah, you can see right there, the FPS drops to 15 and shit. You can see why I'm save stating now. But I'm doing that as a safety save state because there is one ghost here that is new and unique, that has an item that we need, and is very easy to fuck this one up. Also ghost. There you go. That ghost would not appear if we didn't get the undeveloped photo from beforehand around this room. Okay, now she's fully ready to go. I'm not upgrading Ray anymore. She is perfect to go, and we're going to use this Type 90 for this. Because if we don't actually kill this bitch immediately, this ghost, we will end up actually losing this item forever. There are a few items where we only get one shot at actually gaining these, and if we fail the shot, we're fucked. So even if we lose the stone mirror that I have, this bitch will disappear and we lose the item. So this bitch is called the stroller ghost. We're going to need to just get a shutter chance every time we get to see it, because otherwise we can't get rid of her. Just keep shooting every time it's a shutter chance, and eventually we did it. And now we have this notched arrow key. Now, when's the last time you heard of a notched arrow? Perhaps it could be because that was the first thing we even looked at. The first door looked at. Because back in, like, part 2, when we actually came to this manor, or part 1, actually, for this manor, we actually saw, like, from this hallway here, a door to our left with a notched arrow symbol. Yep, we're gonna unlock it finally. We're going to finally see what is behind the notched arrow door. It's a small room, and it's completely optional to come here. But if you really need this, then you want to do this. So yeah, we now have only one Type 90 shot, but it was for the best because what we're going to get from this is incredibly useful. And honestly, you don't entirely need it, but for me, it's so useful that we definitely need it. Also, in the floor right here, it's a stone mirror, but we already still have ours. We know there's a stone mirror here. So what I can do now is avoid using any healing item and let the stone mirror that we already have break, So we can come back here and grab this stone mirror as a replacement. So we have a backup stone mirror.
Please help me. Help me.
And yeah, we're fighting her again. However, she's now a lot more comatose in a way, in that she's not going to be charging into us. Beforehand, she definitely was, but now she's just going to stand there for the most part, unless we get very close to her. Which means that we can't fatal frame her. I really wanted to fatal frame her, but she would not do it until I got attacked by the black ghost. So, yeah. Unfortunately, I can't fatal frame this bitch. I can fatal frame these guys, but they'll keep spawning regardless. They are pointless to attack. So, in order for me to actually do any kind of good here, I need to Shadow Chance her. There's nothing better I can do in this regard. I have to use Shadow Chance. Yeah, it's annoying. Yeah, it sucks. And I fucked it there. I could have gotten a fatal frame there, actually. Yeah, see? I could have gotten a really good fatal frame here, but I fucked it. I'm nearly dead now. Like, nearly fucking dead. These black ghosts are weak. But still, there's a lot of damage to me, and... yeah. Fucked it. Come on. Come on. There we go. So I'm nearly dead now, but we now get Yoshino's photo. But not only that, not only do we get this of her boyfriend back, we also get this part. The measure fucking equipment. The measure equipment adds a HP meter to every ghost we fight now. Now we can know how much health every ghost has. Yeah. We need this. If you've been wondering how much health, how much damage we're actually dealing with our shots, this measure function is incredibly fucking useful. Which is why I needed to get it. But now we have to go all the way around the long way because these doors still don't open for us. But yeah, now we have a very useful function. But if you can tell anyway, and you don't need like this function at all, if you don't need the measure function, then that's fine. That's honestly fine. You can avoid doing any of this. You can avoid going to the foyer. You can avoid fighting the stroller. You can avoid fighting Yoshino again. And you can avoid getting this key, the Notched Arrow key, and ever unlocking this door, because you will never get this chance ever again. But you can avoid all of this. And just skip this function entirely. And go back to the double doors we're doing right now. Also, now we did this. Going for a singular door does not stop the ghosts. We now have to go back 2 doors in order to avoid ghosts. So unfortunately, once we spawn a ghost stealing a random encounter in one room, if we go to a door like that, it does not disappear, it stays there. We have to fucking go to a different room entirely to avoid the ghost encounter. A little annoying, but there you go. But yeah, we did it. And also I'm going to go ahead and get the medicine here. Might as well. But yeah. There you go. We now have a very useful function that is optional. And now we can see every health, like every piece of health that the enemy has. It'll let us know how much damage we're actually dealing, and it'll let us know how much health it actually has before we can defeat it. And for the most part, it's incredibly useful. But we're not done yet. There's still some more optional shit to get. There's still some more optional ghost hunting to get. So, you know, this is the main meat of the entire level, really. The entire hour. This can literally last you about 10 minutes, maybe. But if you're actually going through and getting everything, like I am, it can last much longer than that. It can last an additional 20 to 30 minutes. So, still not an hour. But luckily we have so much lore going on that it extends it, like, because of the lore reading we'll be doing. Also, the radio comes into play here as well.
You must feel the same suffering too. It's your duty as a priestess.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I'm actually going to be extending the audio every now and then for the radio for you. Because, you know, the first time we saw, you know, it was going to be playing regardless, and we could pretty much hear it normally anyway and read it as well. And I just wanted to let you know that that was the radio that we still have right now. Okay, so what we're doing right now is we're actually going forward into the Fatal Frame 1 rooms, back to the Rote Palace, because there is now a shot we can take there for a undeveloped photo. Also her medicine right there that I'll be taking as well, and it's a save point here which I'll be using as well. So, for the undeveloped photo, we will have to go through a whole bunch of rooms, including the annoying hallway water room from Fatal Frame 1, all the way back to the Rote Palace in order to take one photo, and then head all the way back into the room opposite the mirror that we just came in from in the rope hallway, to then go into that other room that we did open from that puzzle in order to get another undeveloped photo. It was another item at least. A lot of stuff going on here that is very much an optional thing. You don't have to do any of this, by the way. But I can't say no to the measure function. I mean, might as well get some more lore from these undeveloped photos. So, here's the first one. It's right over here. I'll take the picture right now. And there you go. Okay, so now that I have that, we're now going to go all the way fucking back. There's a lot of backtracking. Also, the ghost can't take me because of the door. Good job, ghost. I'm going to avoid this encounter, though, because it is random. And now we are leaving. Maybe I'm getting it wrong. Maybe it's like certain rooms are the same room, I guess, so ghosts can, like, you know, not disappear because of that, but I'm pretty sure the Rote Palace and that room beforehand were different rooms, so that shouldn't have connected that way, but whatever. Anyway, now we can move on. But as we go back, I missed the shot entirely. Yeah. And now we're fighting that ghost that dropped. So I'm going to switch to my 14, and we're now going to fight this bitch in a tight hallway. It's about as fun as you'd expect. What she likes to do is charge into you. That's it. Fucked it. But she's so bad at actually connecting her attack with me that, I don't take damage from her at all. She can't really hurt me. She kind of sucks. Her main problem is, of course, the walls. She loves going in those walls. And she will usually stay in those walls. And I can't hit her or even target her at all because of these walls. She would also like to come out from the floor, whatever, slowly, just to scare me a little bit. Not really scare me, but she'll try. That amount of time, though, gives me enough time to actually charge up and attack her, though. Also, you can see how useful this is, the fucking gauge there now that we have of the ghost health. Yeah, this is why I want to get the measured function, because now we can tell how much health they have. And how much damage we're dealing. 13. Every time. So there you go. So yeah, now you can make your estimate on how much health they have and how much damage these types do. A type, our type 14 does about 13 damage. So at the maximum. So for the most part, not a hugely strong weapon, but still pretty good. But you can actually tell, honestly, that the type number does tell you how much damage it actually does. So 14 will always do about 14 damage maximum. Type 90 about, 90 damage maximum. There is one more type of film. A very, very, very rare type of film that is an instant win button, if anything. We'll get to that soon. Don't worry. It'll be in the next part. But right now, we're going to this door, and the radio turns on for us again for another talking. Are you ready for it?
It's so dark. Let me out. Please let me out.
Fine, I'll go and help you. Where are you?
Let me out.
She's inside this door here, so you might as well go ahead and, help her out.
It's so dark.
And take a picture immediately as soon as we open it.
Please let me.
Like that fast. And now we're fighting the crawling woman in an open room. You might think this is more challenging because of that. It's not. It's actually not. Because we have more room to move around in. And not only that, it makes shooting her easier because all I have to do is just keep aiming down, and targeting her is much easier here than it was beforehand. Yeah. The only problem is that I have to keep going upwards, and that can easily miss, but otherwise, she's easy now. Like, the crawling woman is really easy to fight here. As far as I know, she never goes to the roof, though, so she always stays on the ground, and that's fine, because again, easy fight, because all I have to keep doing is aiming down, and I win. And yeah, undeveloped photo. And there you go. So, that is essentially all the optional fighting we have to do. All the optional stuff we have to do. Now we can go right back over to the fucking garden, right back to the tree, right back to the door. That's it. You didn't have to do any of what I just did there after grabbing the free lens function, the free lens upgrade. You didn't have to do any of this shit. You didn't have to get the fucking key. You didn't have to get these 2 undeveloped photos. You didn't have to fight any of these ghosts. And 2 of them were new. One of them was, I believe, the rope woman. That was him in the hallway. And the other one was the stroller woman. We didn't have to fight them. But if you want that stuff, you might as well get it. And also, the blind room here is open now, so we can get this book here, which is the Clicker Notebook number 1. One of the handmaidens of the man who came to offer his pain into the Crusade shrine, and so Talis will enter in the priestess' eyes, and also the chamber of forms have opened. should have let him in. And no matter who it was, we never should have engraved that into her eyes. Now they're paying the holiday as well, and not even allowed inside. Full rift has been spilled forth into the Crusade Shrine spreads. Any further must find a way to shrine within the, shut it down in the rift. Summon the shrine carpenters and seal the Crusade Shrine. Many sacrificial pillars have been yada yada. We have cast man away. Just to see we did that male scholar who wandered here. So yeah, the males have been just thrown out. And also we now have the zero lens. Now we have that as well. We don't need this lens. We don't have to come back here and get this lens either. But, might as well. And now that I did that, now I can have a total of 3 lenses all in my camera. Like so. So now we have a full slot. Okay, so I'm gonna get my medicine here. And now what we should be able to do is actually go back to the garden. And we could do that by going into the door on the right here, on this wall, and then we can just go forward here for the garden corridor. Except, if you even try this, you can't. Because this happens. Yeah. So we have to go the long way. Luckily, it's not that long considering where we are. All I have to do is go out this way, continue on forward, go to my left, and then we'll be at the candle hallway. Then we go all the way up, across to the stairs, the small stairs, across the fucking L shape, and we're back in. It's still a long ways, still a long way back, but it's not too long. But well, that was spooky. A thing dropped. I don't know where it is, but it dropped. But yeah, the thing is, as we go back to the doors, there is a ghost that we have to fight. That you have to fight if you didn't want to do any of the shit beforehand. And that ghost is right by this fucking tree. And you know damn well who it is. Yep.
It must not be spread. The unleashing cannot be allowed to continue.
Well, I'm afraid it's going to continue, asshole, because I'm finding the fuck out of you. You can see how much damage I'm dealing here. I did like 20 damage at the end. Fatal Frame combos like add the damage count. That's why they're so good. And also I'm now taking some hits. I'm going to lose the Stone Mirror, by the way. I'm actually going to lose it. Not because I wanted to, though. Because this guy really is annoying to actually shoot at. But yeah, you can see how useful this is. And yeah, I lost the chance to do a Fatal Frame. Fuck! Okay, one more attack and I'm going to lose the Stone Mirror now. So, here we go. How did I miss that? How did I miss that? Ugh. Okay, I got that, and and you can see 10 damage. It's like a no charge shot, it's 10 damage.
Sacrifices, more blood.
And there you go. Alright. So, I now don't have a Stone Mirror. That's fine. The problem is, I now have to backtrack all the way back to the fucking... You know what? It's fine. It's fine. If there was ever a fight where I could lose Stone Mirror and get my backup, that fight was going to happen. Alright, that motherfucker was going to be the one. because he really is a pain in the ass to shoot at, and I wasn't going to use any of my medicine on him, honestly, so... Now you might wonder, why am I doing this? Why am I actually losing my stone mirror for this one? Why can't I just keep the stone mirror there as a backup when I really need it? There are two reasons. One that I can't explain to you right now, but the other one I can. And that is, a lot of these items don't actually spawn. You see, they are only there for the certain hour, the certain chapter that we're on. And I believe that this stone mirror here is one of those items that only appear for this chapter. Because you've already seen some items like the fucking medicine in these cabinets here in the foyer, you know, some of the fucking health pickups and shit that we've gotten in certain areas. You know, there wasn't even a stone mirror back in the tree area. That one that we got beforehand. It does not appear again. So, honestly, when it comes down to like stone mirrors and shit, they don't appear ever again. Once you go and end an hour, end a chapter, the stone mirror and such is gone. So this stone mirror here will disappear if I don't get this. So, yeah, me wasting this stone mirror that I already had to get this back up, it's fine. Because for one hand, I don't get a game over from doing a fight sloppily. For two, I don't waste any medicine. I can keep that shit in case I need it, which at this point I don't. And for free, if I don't get it right now, it'll be gone forever. Also, just to remind you, it's one of these two, but yeah, the medicine's not here anymore. So there are items that don't respawn ever again, that are only there for the one chapter. And that stone mirror, I'm pretty sure, is one of those items. So if I didn't get that right now, it would never appear again in the following chapters. And we are nearing the end game. We don't have that many chapters / hours left. So we are nearing the end. But yeah, you didn't need to watch me do all that backtracking, but I just thought I'd explain that. But the second reason is much more important. And the thing is, I can't explain to you what this reason is. I can't tell you what it is until we get to it, because I've already done the recording for it. And it's honestly a very annoying bit of the game that we're going to be doing from now on. I'm not a fan of it. I'm not a fucking fan of it. But because of what we're going to be doing right now, because of what we're going to be experiencing, we're going to unleash some fucking bullshit, and we're going to have to tough it out. I could save here, but because up ahead is literally the actual end of the fucking level, I'm not going to. And now we enter the grayscale room. Now, as we go down, there'll be two ghosts to take a picture of. They stay there forever. I might as well get them right now. There'll also be like a little cutscene around here that'll show us a ghost over there. We couldn't take a picture of her. I mean, we could, but I missed the chance. Or I just can't. But as we go up this door, as we go up to the shrine here, we can't go left or right, by the way, but as we go upwards, the dream ends, and we get a cutscene. And there you go. So that was another hour. And we now have the musty film. You know, we have some more undeveloped film to fuck with. So we're going to go ahead and fuck with it. And now the phone's ringing. I am not going to answer it right now. I am instead going to go and develop my fucking film. Which is fine. The guy will not stop ringing. So, whoever is ringing right now, they'll keep ringing. Even as I go all the way down the hallway into the fucking dark room. Which I can still hear the phone, even here. And develop these two photos. Here's the first one. A closet woman. Pretty much. Closet woman, there you go. And this photo, back in the rope room. A bloodstained platform, you know, what could it be possibly be used for? Sacrifices. That's what it's used for, sacrifices. And there you go. And now, I'm going to go and answer the phone. Go all the way back, over to the phone. Bit of a run. Open the door. Actually, you know what? I still have some info that I could read right now. You know, I did get a secret ghost and shit, so you might as well go ahead and check this out, you know. Let's see. Oh, I didn't get a secret ghost this time? There were no secret ghosts for me to get? Well, fuck then. Let's see our lore here in the notes. Let's see what we have here. The Dream Mansion. Beyond the door, the shrine carpenter who's boarded up was a small shrine I saw in my daydream. Did that door seal the shrine? Is that where the ceremony was carried out? Who knows? What we do know is, could it really be like in my vision, a place to meet the dead? Is you really in there somewhere? Who knows? And in the people section, we now have Yoshino. Only survivor, the photo she left with her shows a man who seems to be her boyfriend. Interesting. The photo is Chris where she was clutching it tight. In another photo, I caught a glimpse of him lurking in the shadows around her. So he's everywhere. And surrounded by the boyfriend and family she is trapped in her dream, tortured to her feelings of guilt about what happened. Guilty of the sin of having survived. That sucks. Okay, now we can answer the fucking phone already.
Yes, Kurosawa speaking. Miko?
Let me out! Let me out! Let me out!
Freaking spookers. Oh, what now? Oh, for fuck's sake, now who is it?
Hello? This is Galore.
You can kind of see that the frame rate is not the real reason, really, as to why the audio glitches out. I don't know why it glitches. I just don't. I'm guessing it's an emulation problem, but it just randomly fucks up. And I don't know why. I don't know why it even happens. That's the one thing that fucks this whole thing of emulation up. Also, as we're talking to Ray, like, I was talking to Kay here, Cat. As for to Kay there, you could actually hear, like, moans and shit. We could still hear the fucking ghosts haunting Kay. So, that's fun. Anyway, there's a few things we can do here. You know, we can go see Miku, get some more lore, give her some more photos. We can also go to the bathroom. Why? There's a ghost. Are you ready to see the ghost? It's a fun one. Oh, God. There she is. There's some points. And now the blood's gone. Of course it is. But if you're wondering what that ghost was, if you're wondering what the ghost in the mirror even is, because it did have points, not even the game knows. So don't even fucking bother. Alright. Let's go see Miku, get some shit from the photos we gave her, give us some more photos for more shit, and, you know, go to Useroom, I guess, and get some more lore there as well. There's gonna be a lot of reading right now. Hi there. Just magically close the book.
Ray? Here.
Okay, is any of this little girl? Yep, there we go. People go missing in Minokami. By last month, 2 people had gone missing in the Minokami Dam area. Yet another case has been reported. The police have called in the missing people Tokyo resident Shizu Amakura, 45, and her eldest daughter, Mayu. Summer vacation, Mayu visited them to visit her sister, Mio, 15. The 2 went missing 1 week earlier, but recently Mio was found alone, cut in the middle of the forest. Mio was taken to the hospital, and though she had nothing wrong, due to extreme fatigue, she was not in a condition to talk. Police are waiting for her to recover before questioning her. Yeah, there's some more stuff on Mio and Mayu in case you're wondering what happened to them after Fatal Frame 2. I guess. I mean, kind of already knew, didn't we? And now we got some stuff here about the ceremony from the twins. Some of the villages in the mountain region practice a folk religion, right, that deifies twins here in the village as priestesses. For the twin ceremony, when twins born in the village reach a certain age, most commonly 15, they're dressed in white. Them as priestesses, they are joined by a red cord and conduct a seance, the twin deification. The red cord is said to represent the twins as one person in the region, and it is custom to believe that when the twins become one, they have the power of the gods. That's why it's supposed to protect the village from calamity, and it's also supposed to bless them with a bountiful harvest. We already know what happened here in Fatal Frame 2, so we already know about all that shit.
Oh, I'm sorry. I blanked out for a second.
I think you need sleep. Don't tell me to sleep, you need to sleep. But first...
Oh, I'm sorry. Did you need something?
Yes, I have a photo for you. This photo.
I see, but... Ray, I'm a little nervous.
Yeah, I know.
It's raining again.
Is that it? Okay. Well, only one photo. Alright then. And yeah, we're going to use room now in order to essentially get some more lore. A lot of reading here. Get ready for it. First of all, the Rope Priestess. Let's go ahead and look at this in Miku's dream. In my visit to the Himura area and the 5 pedestals showing the text of the 5 deity mirror, I was able to pursue fascinating old texts of the Himura area legend about the gates to the underworld. From them, it was clear the apocryphal gates to the underworld ceremony was held in this area. Apocryphal. Okay then. Following as vocabulary, I gathered through my research this time, ceremony of the ropes is held to the gates to the underworld, and special rope, the laceration rope, is used. What? Wow, really now? What else do you have to say? Laceration rope, a special rope that used to close the gates. It was also written that it is to send the stay the priestess power. In a certain document, there is a diagram of a female with arms, legs, and neck bound in rope. Perhaps she is the priestess, and the 5 ropes are the laceration rope. Okay then. Bind the priestess rope to pull them to the 5 gods, create thereby the laceration rope to perform the rite. Here the 5 gods may signify the directions of the 5 shrines the Himura mansion is centered in. Pulling the rope that binds the priestess in 5 directions must create the laceration rope. Alright then. If the rope binding the priestess is a rope, the rope priestess might be some sort of human sacrifice? It is. I hope to visit the Himura mansion in the near future and unravel the tale of the gates to the underworld as well as that of the rope priestess. Well, buddy, you can have a fun time there. And now the Man of Sleep in here. Let's have a look. Man of Sleep, urban legend that whispered does in the psychiatry about hospitalized patients suddenly disappearing. Okay, then. There are several stages that it progresses with. 1. Having the same dream. The patients, of later going missing, first see the same dream every day, usually about dead lovers or family. Dreaming of the man is number 2. Next, the patients dream about wandering into a large manor. It is a huge, snowy Japanese-style house. It is laid out haphazardly as though many extensions were added. Then, deep in the manor, one uncovers they're dearly departed. Number 3. Proceeding deeper into the manor. Patients following the dead deeper into the manor. Most patients find the same strange scenes and phenomena along the way, like bearing a lullaby, seeing a masked funeral march, or being pursued by a tattooed woman. Number 4. Hallucinations while awake. At this stage, the patient complains of abnormalities of the body while awake. Symptoms are common to all patients, and when they awake, they feel a sharp pain and see a glowing blue bruise or snake-like tattoo. Number 5. Decrease in waking hours. At this stage, the process response in external stimulation grows weaker. The time spent in the sleep slowly increases. From a medical viewpoint, it's a defense reaction to pain. So the patients are actually in pain. It is a normal response if they are sleeping longer. 6. Missing vanishing. Then 1 or 2 months after the first stage, patient goes missing. It's an official term. It is if the patient actually vanishes, leaving a only black suit-like mark. The above mentioned in the original Man of Sleep urban legend, but the popular legend is a more story-like and includes the following elements. Number 1. Strong feelings for the dead summoned for the first nightmare. 2. Wants to follow the deceased in the dream. You can no longer return. 3. The sleeping person dream of a lover or friend. It will beckon that person in sleep. Man of Sleep disease spreads thusly. 4. Deal the Man of Sleep is the world of the dead, and if you make it, you can meet the dead. The deceased there. My fucking mouth is losing it. And yeah, she's reading that little bit there. Even if we knew, there you go. And now that we've learned all the lore, we're not done yet. There's still notes we have to read. But after this, we can sleep again. And we're going to get another fucking K mission. I know. But we gotta do it. Anyway, locations. Himuro Mansion. House of Mika Shima 7 from before. Mine. Folklore book and used room. I found an article about the room that came out of the photo. Himuro Mansion. According to the folklorist named Ryozo Munakata, a ritual took place there to seal the gates of the underworld. Using shrine maidens called Rope Priestess. Okay, and the people there? Mio. The girl who appeared in Kay's dream. She is her niece, Mio. She was taken prisoner by Sleep too. Okay then. She kept talking about her sister. Was she looking for a sister when she was lured into the house? Who knows? Well, we already know that, but yeah. Now we're going to save and we're going to sleep, and it's going to be Kay, in which we're going to be doing something that will probably piss you off even more. For some reason, Kay always gets the really shitty straw here, doesn't he? But whatever. Sleep time. No cutscene, no bit of dialogue, just that. Hour X, hour 10. And save point is a long ways away, and I don't want to spoil anything right now. So obviously, I'm going to upgrade K here and give him all the fucking shots here. And then, next time, we are going to be going forward, and we're going to be doing some fights. We're going to be getting some shit that's optional. And we're going to get a fucking feature that you're going to end up kind of hating. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time for more Fatal Frame 3 with K.